What exactly is the new Star Cruiser Hotel at Disney World? Is a Mandalorian game actually in the works? And what is a menuless restaurant? Well, we talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, and today is, of course, a very special episode. Because joining me, my guest, welcoming back to the Toddcast for his eight-time guest here on the Toddcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Mr. Jaron Park. Jaron, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Mr. Todd. How are you doing today?
Doing good. It is quite earlier than what we would normally do this.
I can see your face. This is weird.
I know. It's
like 11 o'clock when we do this.
And now it's 2 p.m. in the evening, and we're like, wow.
So this is what this place
This is actually, there's actually the sun.
Is that a tree over there?
I know, it's actually cloudy, but okay. But, like I said, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
And it's
as
been
always
10 weeks since you've been on, normally. A lot has happened, as in...
I think I used the bathroom once between that time.
I actually did 20 minutes before this happened.
Oh.
So that's one. Mark it on the chalkboard. So a lot has happened between anything really.
Yeah.
News, entertainment, movies, games, whatever you want to think about. Marvel, Star Wars, DC, whatever. The Snyder Cut has come out since the last time you've been on.
Yeah. And
that was a good movie, of course. Because I watched it.
Yeah.
Because I talk about it a lot.
Yeah, I know you do.
But one of the most important things in anybody's life, especially in ours, and one thing that we both love and share a love for is, of course, food.
Yes. All kinds of food.
A lot of different kinds of food.
I don't discriminate food. Okay?
No. Food cannot be discriminated against. So I saw this... I don't even know how I got to the point yesterday. Yesterday I was doing something and I got to food on my phone, looking it up and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Doing recipes or something other, I don't know. And I got to Roy Choi, who's a chef.
Yeah.
You know Roy Choi.
I know food.
And he's a chef, for those of you who don't know. I saw this tweet that he tweeted a couple days ago. And he asked, would anybody ever go to something called a menuless restaurant? Now, have you heard about this?
I have not. I am intrigued.
He said that menuless restaurant is I'm paraphrasing what he said in his tweet because I don't have a picture of it or anything. He said a dream of his is to open the first ever menuless restaurant. And what this is that you walk in, or you're sat at a table by a waiter or waitress or somebody. No prices, no menus. You eat what is served to you, and then you leave a certain amount of money that you think was worth the meal, and then you leave. And that's it. That's a menuless restaurant. Now, cool idea, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That you just walk in and sit down, and you can order a drink. I'll say that. You can get whatever drink you want, but they're going to serve you whatever food they cook. Mm-hmm. And there could be something of the day, or there could be, which I don't think it should be just one thing, one thing a day, maybe. Maybe it could. Mm-hmm. If it was fried fish and fried shrimp and some fries.
I was thinking, as far as that would go, is they'd have a kid's option, a regular option, and maybe a vegan or vegetarian option.
Yeah.
I like that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And something I've heard in the past, I'm getting somewhere with this. Just stay with me.
Okay.
So, when people still listen to the radio, in their car, because there's more satisfaction when you hear your favorite song from the radio as opposed to when you play it off of your phone.
Oh, we've talked about this before too. Yeah.
So, why couldn't that same satisfaction be applied to food? Say my favorite food in the world is fried chicken or country fried steak. Oh, I love country fried steak.
Yeah.
Todd, we might be talking about this for a while. Anyways, so say I go to this restaurant and they say, oh, today's food is country fried steak. I'm going to be so happy because I had no expectation of what I'm going to be eating today, and then it just so happens to be my favorite food.
Yeah.
That sounds so much more satisfactory than me expecting already what I'm going to order.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to Cracker Barrel, I'm getting country fried steak.
Yeah.
But if I go to this place and I don't know what I'm getting into when I sit at the table,
yeah,
then, yeah, it seems like there's such a lot more satisfaction to that. Yeah.
I see you. Because it's like, when you order, like, if you take it in the same context of saying, like, man, I really want some Popeyes today.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would really like some Popeyes. And then imagine, like, you're at home, 5 minutes later, your mom walks in with Popeyes. Like, hey, I got Popeyes for lunch. You're like, oh,
really?
Yeah.
Speaking of Popeyes, I had the sandwich the other day.
Yeah.
And I had the spicy. And for some reason, that spicy sauce was not orange. It was red. And it was, oh man, it was hot.
God.
It was solid red. And I didn't think I was going to make it, Todd. If I'm being honest, I got a little scared there for a minute.
And you just,
yeah.
With the red hot sauce they had. But I kind of see, I feel like Roy Choi could do this.
Yeah.
Or any really, like, Food Network chef.
Yeah.
I would imagine this being somewhere like Los Angeles, Vegas, New York, somewhere like that, you know. I don't see it being in Monroe or something, you know.
Yeah.
We're going to open the first ever menuless restaurant in Winsboro, Louisiana.
Oh.
Right here. And start.
Archibald.
And so, like, I understand what he's going for.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like it. I mean,
I like it.
The only thing is that I thought of this earlier, is that what if you would have to tell them if you have some type of allergy, like a peanut allergy or something, like they would, and I feel like they would say that, like, and maybe have, like you said, like
options for people that
3 or 4 different items.
Like airplanes. If you're flying on an airplane, you don't have any choice. If it's like an 8-hour flight, they're going to serve you some kind of food while you're in the airplane, and they got to have those available options.
Yeah.
You can't just have, like, this one guy that just not going to be able to eat anything. That's ethically wrong, okay?
Yeah.
So, the other thing is, like, one of the most... You ever heard of Texas de Brazil?
I have.
That is a very successful restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's because it's so much different from the regular style of a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to one, but...
I've been to one. Oh man,
I've heard it's good, and I've heard people talk about it like on YouTube and say that it's good.
Oh man,
like,
it's incredible. You know, like, what happens there? Like, you know how they operate?
No.
Okay, so I love talking about this. Oh man, I love food so much. So they give you, like, it looks like a little coaster, but on one side it's green and the other side it's red.
Oh, okay? I've heard about this, but I don't know the exact specifics.
If you have it on green, then the people will come by and they have, like, skewers of tons of different kinds of meats.
This place.
Tons of different kinds of meats. It could be bacon wrapped steak. It could be just regular steak. It could be ribeyes. It could be ribs. It could be a giant pork loin. And these people go by the whole time. And it's incredible. And you order, like, a side, and then you have just an empty plate, and you're waiting for glorious amounts of meat to just arrive.
Yeah.
And if it's green, then they come to your table, and if it's red, then they're like, okay, that's enough for now. Yeah. But if you turn it back to green, they'll come back, and you can sit there all day long.
They're just constantly circling the area
all the time, and it's oh man, I didn't have enough.
I gotta go now.
Yeah,
like, gotta go to Texas.
We gotta find one, and why it's so popular, I think, is because of just how different it is from the regular style.
Yeah, because it's like the meat's probably good.
Yeah,
there's no denying that. Like, it's got to be for people to keep going.
Yeah,
but it's like
it doesn't
what you just
have
said.
To be the most incredible meat ever.
Yeah,
it's just so.
It's not got to be Kobe beef or something, you know. And I've like, because that intrigued me. What you said, the experience of, like, I want to be there and see what it's like.
Yeah.
And, like
I didn't even talk about how delicious the food was. I talked about the experience of it, and that's what drew you in.
And you were like, they bring around this delicious sweet meat.
Yes.
But they bring it out on these, like, big, because I've seen like a video of one of them.
Yeah.
I think it was Texas de Brazil, where they had the the big stick.
Yeah.
With a big thing of meat on it.
Yes.
And I was like, and they had like the big machete looking knife and cutting it off, you know.
You
and
just
I was
hold
like,
your chest like, oh my gosh.
I know. And I was like, this is my kind of place. I got to find this.
Yeah.
So now I got to go to one now.
Yeah.
Texas Day Brazil. I'm coming for you. So.
Well, that went a little off the rails there.
But with the, yeah. But like, that's the same kind of thing with the menuless restaurant. It's the experience.
Yeah.
As long as the food doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Because.
Like at the Texas Day Brazil, there's no menu. You don't have a menu.
Yeah.
They have, actually, I think they do have one like drinks and sides.
Yeah.
But they don't have any kind of entrees.
But your main courses is being walked around.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like, I feel like how this menuless restaurant would kind of work.
Yeah.
Because, but the thing with me is that when you're done eating, you leave a certain amount of money to see if it was good. If it was good food, leave more money. It was would be my thing. There's definitely gonna be a lot of people that just don't leave money.
Yeah, I don't really like that idea.
Yeah,
I'm more of like do like they do for buffets, just have an admission fee.
Yeah,
I think that'd be more fair, and then leave a tip if you feel
want.
like it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Because
like have it be like,
unfortunately, you can't trust the general population.
Yeah, have it be like $10 when you walk in or something, you know, and then you get whatever is served. And it's like, oh, here is your plate of chicken parmesan or some type of pasta or something, you know.
Another one of those sort of different styles of restaurants is the Paladin Restaurant. Have you heard?
I have been to the Paladin Restaurant.
I like that.
I like it too. It was a lot of food.
Yeah,
we made a mistake the first time because I think I've only been once, maybe. Yeah, I only been once because the restaurant's on the second floor.
Look, no matter your opinions about Paladin, that lady can cook. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, and she's got some good recipes too.
Yeah,
and like it was wild because I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
when you walk, because they were just giving the menus, but you got to pick like 3
entrees,
main things, and then a bunch of sides.
Yeah.
And we had like fried fish, mashed potatoes and gravy, some green beans I think were a side. I don't remember anything else.
Yeah.
But I was like, you just order your own table's buffet is what it was. So.
And again, it's amazing food.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what draws people in as much as just how different it is from the normal type of restaurant. By the way, we didn't really explain how they work. So they have this thing called a Lazy Susan. You know what that is? It's like a big rotating table in the middle of your table.
Yeah.
And they put all the food on there, and you eat like a family, like you would sitting at your table at your house. And they serve like a big platter of fried chicken, a big platter of mashed potatoes and gravy, and you just take what you want. So,
that's basically it. Because it's been a while. It's been many years since I've been. I think I went like whenever they first opened.
Yeah.
But which I think it was in Baton Rouge. I went to it was like a sushi restaurant that had the table with a Lazy Susan in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I think that was one, like if you ordered, it would have been crazy expensive, but if you ordered like a bunch of different types of sushi for the table, and you would put them on this thing and spin it around, like you can have this roll or this roll and something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like the Paladin Restaurant, but all sushi, you know, which would be good in my opinion too.
It seems like these gimmicky types of restaurants are popping up more and more.
Yeah.
They're pretty successful.
I mean, it depends, like, because whenever you go to a restaurant and you just have the normal experience, order a drink, then they give it to you, order either appetizer, don't want one probably, or get some chips and queso if they have it, because that's just a must.
Chips and queso, no matter where it is.
No matter where.
They can't mess up chips and queso.
And, I mean, I've been to a place that could. I didn't get it, but they could have.
Yeah.
But they bring back a queso bowl, and it's just nothing but melted singles of Kraft cheese in it. They somehow melted it.
I like Kraft cheese. I mean, I'm not going to complain that much.
Yeah. They bring back a bowl of chips with one single on it. But, so yeah, I think this might be a thing in the future, the menuless restaurant. I would try it out, you know? I mean, because they're going to serve what you get. So unless they say like it's an Italian menuless restaurant or just a menuless restaurant where they can serve any variety of food to you.
Yeah.
So,
and I think from a restaurant perspective, it's pretty easy for them to do. Like if you're only serving a maximum of say like 4 dishes because of the allergies, the kids meal, and like a vegetarian option. If you're only serving 4 dishes for the whole day, that's some easy prep work, and just that makes it operate really, really well.
Yeah.
And
that's why you got to do that admission fee like you talked about. So they know they're making money, at least some, and then you can leave a tip of $4 or $5 or whatever you want,
$100
or however much, anywhere between 1 penny to $100 or more. So, but yeah, like that's the idea that he had that I saw, and I was like, I'd try it out.
I would too. Sounds good.
It seems attainable. You know what I'm saying? So, So, with that being said, go ahead into some news. Can you believe that it has been 2 years and a few days, not 2 years to the day, 2 years since the controversial ending of Game of Thrones?
Oh, controversial? Not at all. What are you talking about?
Can you believe it's been 2 years?
Nobody ever got mad about the ending of that
show. Well then. People are still mad at the ending of the show.
And I follow the Game of Thrones on Instagram, and I'm not sure what exactly they're doing, but something's happening.
They are currently making a new show.
A new show?
Yes.
Okay.
It is called House of the Dragons.
House of the Dragons.
It will be on HBO TV, like how Game of Thrones was.
Yeah.
They want it to be... I feel like they do want it to be their next flagship show that Game of Thrones was.
Yeah.
And they're also currently... I think they're filming... HBO is filming The Last of Us show based off the game.
Yeah.
With Pedro Pascal as Joel.
Yeah.
And that'll be a good show.
Mm-hmm.
And they want it because they're getting more and more into video game series.
Mm-hmm.
Like with The Witcher is on Netflix, so HBO is going to have The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And with House of the Dragon, I mean, if you've heard anything about it, it just takes place with the Targaryen family. If you know anything about Game of Thrones out there, it takes place with their family way years in the past.
Okay.
Way back. Like back when dragons were a normal thing to see, and wizards were around too.
Yeah.
So that's about it, basically. That's all I know. And it's been 2 years since Game of Thrones ended. So, which I remember, because I was one of those people. I didn't get into Game of Thrones until the last season came on, whenever it was big.
Yeah.
I watched the last season first. Because
you poor thing.
I had no clue what was going on. I knew who Jon Snow was, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And then when the end happened, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I started it over and watched from the beginning to end. And then I was like, oh, now I understand why people don't like this. Now I understand. So it's like I had to watch, because I watched all 6 seasons. Because I watched the first one, and then I watched 1 through 5. And I watched the last season again. And I watched all 6 seasons in 1 week, which was rough. And that way I could soak it all in, you know.
Yeah.
But it was something. And, I mean, it's a good show. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a great show. I mean, all-timer, you know. The ending, of course, was what it was. I mean, it doesn't bother me anymore. It didn't bother me then. I mean, it didn't bother me as much as it did other people because, like I said, I watched the last season first.
Yeah.
So it was like, whatever, you know. I just wanted to see what everybody was raving about.
Yeah.
I thought the fights were cool. I thought the dragon was cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I watched the whole thing, and I was like, oh, my gosh, there's a lot of killing in this show. So yeah, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. I think it's going to premiere next year on HBO. So,
all right. Cool.
The Friends reunion. Friends. Everybody loves Friends. I watched all of Friends.
Me too.
You've watched all of Friends. The reunion is happening next Thursday, only on HBO Max. So if you like Friends, it's not... It's like a reunion talk show. It's not a show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not actually Friends. It's all 6 of them. And what I heard the other day is that it's been almost 10 years since all 6 of them been in a room together.
Really?
Like, they all keep in touch because they said the show started when they were like 23 and 24 and ended when they were 33 and 34. It was their adult life, most of it, you know. All their 20s was spent working on this show, and they were hugely famous. Yeah. And it's like they went their separate ways after it. They've done all different movies and shows, animated movies too.
David Schwimmer.
Yeah. And it's like Jennifer Aniston has been in like every other movie, I feel like. And they get interviewed by James Corden, the late night host. They do a script reading of one of the episodes, and then they actually go on to the set of different sets of the show, and just different fun stuff. It's like probably an hour or 2 hours or something. It's just next Thursday, so it's a big thing, you know. Friends, I mean, one of the biggest shows of all time. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's up there in the Office level. Yeah. Of big show. Because people always say, what's better, the Friends or the Office? Yeah. And that's just... And
then you have those weirdos that say, How I Met Your Mother is better than mine. Which is just wrong.
I think I watched one episode of that show, and I haven't watched it since. I knew Neil Patrick Harris is in that show. Yeah. All I know about the show. So, but more importantly, also with HBO Max, Season 5 of Rick and Morty premieres on June 20th.
Oh, jeez!
So, we're finally getting the next season again. Yeah. Which is going to be on Adult Swim weekly, as it usually is. And then it'll be on HBO Max after it's over.
I'm going to have to rewatch the last season. No, it doesn't really matter. They're not very...
There's some characters show up, and maybe one episode connects.
There's not much timeline there. They do what they want to.
It's Rick and Morty. Also, it was announced this past week that there will officially be a spin-off show of Rick and Morty called The Vindicators, which is based off of the hero group from the last season. Yeah. Like, they're Justice League type people. I'm excited for that.
Well, is this going to be new Vindicators, or are they going to revisit the old Vindicators because they're all dead?
They died, didn't they?
They're dead.
I thought they died. I'm not... I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. It's just called The Vindicators. Okay. And it's Rick and Morty. And it's in the same universe. Yeah. Timeline, all that. So, but they said people liked them. And then they were like, and then they said the company wanted to make a spinoff show of Rick and Morty because it's so popular. Yeah. And they're like, what would be the best thing? And they're like, we'll just do The Vindicators. And that's the name of the show. So it's like The Vindicators. They're making it. I don't know when it's going to premiere. It'll be on Adult Swim, like Rick and Morty. Either Adult Swim or only on HBO Max. I don't know.
I think the creators of Rick and Morty could just stand in a room and not say a word, and I would laugh.
I mean, you're not wrong. So, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there. I mean, it's totally true.
I watched a video of how he does the method acting for Rick.
Oh, yes, I've seen that.
He just gets completely wasted to do the voice of Rick.
That's Rick. I mean, he's full method acting. I mean, that's like whenever they've been talking about it a lot lately for some reason. I don't know why, but the guy who played Trevor for Grand Theft Auto 5 would strip down into his underwear while doing the voice for Trevor. And it's like he method acted for a voiceover in a game.
That Jack Black, when he did Kung Fu Panda, he turned into a panda when they did the
wow. What a man. What an actor. What a award-winning performance.
Yeah.
Jack Black the Panda. I wouldn't be surprised if he just like wore a panda suit. I don't to the audition or whatever.
Jack Black is an interesting fellow.
Jack Black is funny though.
Yes, he is.
So, with all that being said, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Now, this question...
I didn't take your money. Is that was a question?
Okay. That was my question. Okay. So, no. So, I saw this article a couple weeks ago, like a month ago probably. And it asked this question, and some people were saying yes, some people were saying no. It's a yes or no question, of course. And I wanted to see what you thought about it, so I've saved it so I could ask you.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a scenario.
Okay.
So with each day, of course, we're getting closer and closer with people getting to Mars. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk, of course. Yeah, he's going to probably get us there.
He's going to get us there.
He's definitely going to get us there. If it comes to the point where we send a crew of people to Mars, and let's say they get stuck, they can't get home, whatever, and something happens to where they're stuck and stranded on Mars. If it comes down to it, should we allow Mars astronauts to eat dead fellow astronauts to survive?
You just threw that right on me, didn't you? Let's see.
If somebody dies, I'm not saying kill each other to eat.
Yeah.
If somebody happens to get killed, an astronaut, a fellow astronaut, do you want the other astronauts to die of starvation, knowing they could eat that other person and quite possibly live when, like, a rescue team could show up, like another rocket could bring them back home, you know? Or let them eat that astronaut. That way they can get back home. So even though it would be cannibalism, which would be on another planet, and there's no laws on Mars yet.
Yeah.
It's an ethical question too. Do you believe we should allow astronauts to eat another dead astronaut so they won't die of starvation?
Well, first you gotta think about. All right, first, don't. Hang on. I gotta think. Hang on.
The hard question.
If the solution, if to get to that point you have to kill the person, then no.
No, what if, like, if they crashed the ship somehow and one of them got crushed and was killed?
Okay.
Somehow one of them dies without being killed by another one. Somehow one of them either...
I thought you were just going to say, somehow somebody died without being killed.
Interesting. Well, I mean, they died without somebody else killing them. Yeah. They either died of heart attack, something else besides being stabbed or broke a neck or something, or fought or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
the other thing I was gonna say, if they get to Mars and there's like this insane looking parasite that kills them, I'm not gonna eat something that has a parasite.
No, that's out of the question.
Yeah. Forget that. I'm gonna say, go for it. I'm not gonna lie. That's terrible to think about, but I mean,
like, if somebody had a crack in their spacesuit and died of oxygen loss,
yeah,
should you allow them to eat? Should you allow them to be eaten by the other astronauts? That way, they won't die of starvation.
I mean, if they still have food and then they just decide to eat the person instead, then
you might want to question them.
Yeah, but if they have no other choice and the guy's already there, and it's like, we have to eat him now, or we won't make it until rescue shows up for another 2 or 3 days. Yeah, 2 or 3 days. That's a bit.
Well, you can live off of 2 days is what I would say. Either eat him now, or tomorrow.
Well, you can survive without food for a week.
Yeah.
So, if the ship's coming in 2 days, you're like, okay, we got to eat this person right now. I don't know about that.
But anyway,
it's all circumstantial.
I know it because there's only one specific point that it comes down to that.
Yeah.
Of that, the ship's gonna come, we're gonna get saved, but if we don't eat this guy who's dead, we're not all gonna make it back. And there's 4 people, one of them just happened to die. There's 3 people left. They're gonna eat this other dude, and if they don't, they're all gonna die.
See, the real question
or be very close to death by the time they get there. Because they would have to get them and then either have some type of medical bay on that other ship. If they don't, they're not making it back to Earth.
Yeah.
They would have to have food and water on the next ship.
See, the real question is, what do you season a person with?
I think enough salt would do it.
Just salt?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're packing the Tonys or anything to go to Mars.
Come on. Well, then I don't want to go to Mars. If Tony's isn't a necessity
Look,
on
we
the
have
ship,
to,
I'm not going.
They have this like emergency thing that's like got the little hammer with the glass behind it. Yeah. It's like an emergency Frank's Red Hot behind it.
Just in case.
Just in case. Just in case
Bill dies.
I was about to say, just in case Bill kicks the bucket over there, we got the Frank's Red Hot ready.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a good question because I thought of that and I never thought about that before.
What's your opinion?
I would say yes because I did a lot of thinking about it.
I'm going to Google, is cannibalism illegal? I don't even know the answer because that's just weird.
The killing is illegal. I don't think the eating is. But the thing, I looked this up. I did look that up. Cannibalism isn't illegal only if you kill the person.
I'm about to be like called by the
FBI,
the government.
I think it was that because you can't, because of course it's illegal to kill somebody. And I think because there was this article that said a guy died. What?
Cannibalism is a consumption of another human's body matter, whether consensual or not. Consensual?
I consent for you to eat my body.
Yeah, you can have my leg. I don't need it anymore.
What a nice person.
In the United States, there are no laws against cannibalism per se, but most, if not all, states have enacted laws that indirectly make it impossible to legally obtain and consume the body matter.
Yeah.
Murder, for instance, is a likely criminal charge.
Well, no doubt.
Regardless of any consent. Why do you keep saying consent?
Look, they gotta make sure you have consent, okay?
So if I tell you, Todd, you can kill me, you're not going to jail. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Thank you, Cornell Law School, for clearing that up for me. Always have consent when you want to kill somebody.
That's like when you commit a crime. You like walk into a bank and you're like, everybody hands up, give me your money, but I can't kill any of you yet till you say it's okay.
Or you go to the bank, hey, can I take your money? Is that okay?
Do I have consent to have this money?
They're like, no, you can't have it. Oh, darn.
No, dang it.
I'll try next week.
I guess I'll go to B1 next. Oh, it got hot in here. Oh.
So can I do crack if I have consent?
No, I don't. Well, who's giving you consent? The crack? Is the crack giving you consent? I don't think that's how that works. Yes, I am here. Please smoke this crack. Who's giving you? I don't know who's giving you consent for that kind of stuff. Like, because murder takes 2 people or more. You don't need somebody else to do crack. I mean, it's not a.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I don't think.
Todd, you never know where these conversations
I don't know. I'm about to pass out. So Mars. Oh, we were talking about eating people.
Oh, yeah. Eating people.
I did look that up because there was an article that I found when I looked up is cannibalism illegal? Because you never think of it. You just think it's because it's straight up unethical.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. And I would never eat somebody. I mean, unless I'm on Mars, apparently.
Build 100 bridges, but you eat one person, and you're known as a cannibal.
I mean, yes. Like, the article was that about cannibalism being illegal is that somebody, I don't even remember where this was. It's probably like Michigan or something. This guy gave his friend consent to eat his body when he died, but somehow that's illegal.
How do you get to that point in a friendship?
I don't know if this person was going to die.
Todd,
or like,
we're really good friends. You can eat me when I die.
I don't think that's going to be okay with your mom or anybody in your life. Because, like, how can you... Because that was the thing.
The casket, that stops at the waist. They don't see anything below the waist. So you can have my calf muscle.
Having just your calf. You got to get the butcher knife. Cut it off. I'm going to get the hot knife.
1,000-degree knife?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I've thought about it, the Mars thing, because maybe if they think about this, they're going to have to, I feel like they would need to sign like a waiver. Like, as funny as it sounds.
Oh, gosh.
Like, maybe them giving consent for that would be the law-abiding type thing. That way people, because you don't want to eat Bill and then get back home and then there's his family waiting for him and they're like, oh, he didn't make it. Like, Bill didn't make it.
I was hungry, okay?
Like, where's Bill? And then your stomach growls. Like, I don't... Because you would have, that's what you would have to deal with. It's either all of us are dying or we eat this guy and we can make it. But what are people back home going to think? That we just ate this guy to survive.
Where's Bill? He's probably in my lower intestine right now.
Oh. Well, so yeah, I would.
The thing to take away from this is, eat people
consent
only in the most extreme circumstance, and if you have to do it, make sure you have Tony's
and consent.
Tony's and consent.
That's a great book name.
That might be the title of this episode.
Tony.
Episode 82. Tony's
72.
72. Tony's and consent.
Hey, welcome everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome to Tony's and Consent. We teach you everything about consent and seasoning. Oh my Lord, I gotta write that down. So, I'm burning up. So, so yeah, that was my question. That's where we got, I guess. So, sure. So,
is that the answer you were hoping for?
That's not the answer I thought I'd get, but it's the answer I needed. So, I didn't expect it to get here.
Yeah.
But cannibalism, always a fun topic to talk about. So, yeah, that was that. See, I don't even know who was talking about that because it was some news or whatever. Because it was like different scientists and astronauts were talking about that if it got to that point, and then it gets to become an ethical question because, like we said, cannibalism's illegal. If this person dies by other reasons, of course, and then you got to get to that point and you're stranded.
And also, what
do it? What
laws apply to Mars?
None.
Which government do you listen to when you're on another planet?
I would say this is just me, but I think whoever sends the first person to get there. Like if America's the first people to get to Mars, then I feel like it would be American law for where they plant the flag. They officially, I think, would not own it, but they would officially colonize all of Mars until like Russia or China colonizes another place, and then that becomes to the point where, well, where are we going to draw the line?
What if we get there and there's natives? There's just a bunch of like Martians, but they look like regular human beings.
Oh, well,
what do we do then?
I don't know. Then we'll have to name a day after the Christopher Columbus of Mars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've always thought about like the Mars colonization and all that type of stuff. Like holidays, are we going to have the same Earth holidays? And like we have Earth Day, and then we'll have Mars Day, and then it'll be the first day. It'll be the day whenever, but days aren't the same there either, because it's like the years are longer.
Yeah.
Because it's farther away from the sun.
Yeah.
Because it's the next one from us, and they have pretty hot days, and their nights are like bone-chilling cold. And then apparently they said that, because they watch Mars all the time, of course, that apparently either a satellite or something detected that there are earthquakes on Mars now. That they just have normal, which side that's normal, I feel like, until we get down there and do that tectonic plate type stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then, and then that's another class. We'll have Mars history, you know. We'll have Mars history, talking about, and Mars science, you know, because then science applies differently to other planets. So it's like, it's just interesting to think about that kind of thing, you know, of colonizing another planet.
Yeah.
And one day having people live there, and then before you know, we'll get to the point where you can travel back and forth. You know, it's like, hey, you want to take a vacation? Do you want to go to Mars, or do you want to go somewhere here on Earth? You know, it'll be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
So Mars, yeah, can't wait for Elon Musk to colonize it.
Yeah. There's gonna be a big giant T on Mars.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Which you saw what he's doing with the satellites. That he's trying to give everybody good, I think it was satellites. He's trying to get everybody good service across the world.
Good for him.
Because he's like launching like hundreds of satellites to cover like the planet.
Does that include North Louisiana? Because Verizon doesn't work here.
Sure. He's going to do Tesla.
Is he going to have a new phone company?
Maybe. He would. He definitely can.
If anybody could.
The Tesla phone. I don't know how it would be different, but...
We're going to be owned by Elon and Disney.
The two...
They're going to run our lives.
Most powerful beings, Elon and Disney.
Yeah.
We just got to wait till Elon owns Disney.
Oh, gosh.
I know. And then he'll put
what if Disney buys out Elon? Then there's going to be spaceships with little Mickey ears.
I was waiting for the Disney castle to have a big T on top of it. That's what I was waiting for.
There's two ways to look at this.
I know.
Yeah.
Just have Mickey Mouse drive around in a Tesla.
What if, in 10 years, the White House has big Mickey ears on it?
With a big T in the middle. I mean, that's if the Disney CEO becomes president. Bob Iger. I doubt, though. He won't. Elon Musk can't even become president because he wasn't born in America. He definitely would probably run for president. He was born in South Africa.
Can his weirdly named son, can he run for president?
I don't want him to run for president.
President E825.
The minimum age is 35, so it'd be a while.
Yeah.
We could run for president in 2036.
I can run in 20. Yeah, 2036.
Yeah, 2036 is the next election where you're going to run for president.
Definitely.
I will. If I need some money, though.
Kanye can, I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the new person representing the birthday club. Birthday party. Yeah, it's birthday club.
Birthday club.
The birthday club.
Well done there.
Dang it.
I see you really put a lot of thought into this.
I did. Oh, man. Representing the birthday club.
And I'll be representing the book club.
Oh, dang it. I messed up. All right, anyway.
Let's move on.
So, anyway, there's been some other news happening this past week, of course. E3 was announced, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. Yeah. That's what it stands for. E3 is, of course, mainly known for video game reveals and showing off new trailers for games and all that kind of stuff. It will be taking place on June 12th, and it will be not in person. It will be, of course, only online, which doesn't matter because I'm not going to it anyway.
Yeah.
And it normally takes place in LA.
Just going to watch the videos anyways.
Yeah, just see what happens, see what reveals happen, any more news on any other games. Mainly, release dates is the main reason that everybody watches it, of course, because like there's a bunch of games people know that they're working on or whatever, and it's like, hey, we don't know when it's coming out, and they'll be like, hey, November, whatever, or
like,
whatever.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
New Elder Scrolls that's supposed to be coming out,
and the next God of War game.
Yeah,
like I'm waiting on it because I played the first one on the PS5 and it was great.
Nice.
And now God of War Ragnarok is the next one. So, waiting on it. I will tell you this straight up. I'm waiting on this game. They announced it. They delayed it. And they haven't told us the next release date. And it's the freaking next Lego Star Wars game.
I didn't know they were doing another one.
Yeah, they're doing Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, episodes 1 through 9.
Sweet.
And if you pre-order it, I think you can get the DLC and you can play Lego The Mandalorian.
Oh, sweet.
It was supposed to come out, I think it's supposed to come out in March, 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. But they delayed it because I think they just wanted to make sure it's all good. They didn't want it to be a cyberpunk, which no one's heard of that game. Cyber what? And so I'm waiting on it. I think it's supposed to come out in September, I think is the release date. They haven't announced yet, really. So, yeah. But also, speaking of games, it's heavily rumored, and it's not been confirmed yet. But I'm for sure this is going to happen. There is a Mandalorian game in the works.
Interesting.
And the way this worked with Star Wars is that Star Wars only had a contract with EA, Electronic Arts, who made the last 2 Battlefront games and all that. They were only contracted with them to where EA was the only gaming company that could make Star Wars games. Mm-hmm. That contract ran out, and the way it works now is that they have bidding wars to where gaming companies, any gaming company can now bid to work on a game, bid with Disney to work on any game they want to for Star Wars.
Interesting.
So we can have EA, DICE, Ubisoft, all these other people, which Ubisoft is working on. They announced that the people who make Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs are going to make a Star Wars game. So if they make it like Assassin's Creed, open world Star Wars game.
Oh my goodness.
And so many people want Rockstar because apparently they're just not doing anything, constantly working on Grand Theft Auto Online. And I mean, if you have a game, the company that makes Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead, if they make a Star Wars game,
oh man,
that would be Game of the Year right there.
Absolutely. I don't even think other games would even enter into the contest at that point.
No. And the only other good one that came out was Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And
who made that?
Was it Take-Two? Wasn't EA, I don't think. I think it was Take-Two. Maybe DICE. I don't know. EA made it, but Respawn worked on it. Oh. Respawn was the main ones. The publisher was EA. Because Respawn, I think, is owned by EA, so they worked under them and worked on it. But that's what Ubisoft said, is that they're making a Star Wars game that's open world and single player. I don't think it's multiplayer at all. If it is, it's not much.
Yeah.
Or it might be added later. But they said that they plan on making a big game, and that's all they told us. They're working on a Star Wars game. That was it. And people were like, whoa. So, I mean, that's good enough for me, you know. But if they make a Mandalorian game, hey, I mean, that's fine with me too. Because the Mandalorian show basically is a game. Because you can see how it would work together with all the different missions and quests that you'd have to do. And Mandalorian is awesome in the way he is.
Yeah.
Speaking of game, and it was said Mandalorian, I don't know who said this, but they said the Mandalorian game would only be for next gen. The 5 and the Xbox Series console.
Well, I mean, if they're starting to work on it right now, I mean, PS4 and all that's going to be obsolete.
It'll be
within 2 years.
Yeah, the Mandalorian game will come out in another 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
At least. And so, yeah. GTA 5 is another game that a lot of people like. I played it when it first came out way back in 2013.
2013. Wow. That's a long time ago.
I think it was 2013.
I say that, but I still play Minecraft, and that came out in 2011.
Yeah. So it's like, September 17th, 2013 was when it came out on PS3 and Xbox One.
I think that was the 360.
360 still, yeah. It was the 360. And now, I played it on there. They remastered it for the 4 when it came out. I bought it on there. GTA has just announced that they will remaster GTA 5 for next-gen consoles coming out November 11th, 2021.
Oh, my goodness.
I am not buying GTA 5 for the PS5. Yes, I do own a PS5, but I am not buying this game for that, you know?
Oh, my goodness.
And they said it's going to be a little different with more stuff added, all that kind of stuff.
Ooh, new skins. Ooh.
I know. And they're like... Because somebody made a video of it, and they were like, in 2013, yeah, can I buy GTA 5 for the PS3? And it was like 2016. Yeah, can I buy GTA 5 for the PS4? 2021. Yeah, can I buy GTA 5 for the PS5? And then there was like 2025 or something. They were like, yeah, can I buy GTA 6 for the PS6? Or the PS5? He was like, oh, sorry, can I get GTA 5 for the PS6? And he was like, oh, dang it. And it's like, I don't know. They make good games.
But... I mean, if they're going to buy it, why not remaster it? I mean, if they're going to pay the money for it, then do it, milk it as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, GTA Online is the behemoth that it is. So many people play that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I like it from time to time, you know. I played it way back when. But I want something new from them. The campaign in GTA 5, I played it like 3 or 4 times, and it's good. Mm-hmm. And GTA 6, whenever it comes out, will be good too. I mean, they'll make another Red Dead game before that comes out, but I don't know. Just waiting on that, apparently. So, excuse me, in the realm of Star Wars, the man, the myth, the legend, Dave Filoni, who worked on the Clone Wars series, was officially announced as the executive creative director of Lucasfilms, which is Star Wars.
Congrats, Dave.
So,
big steps, and I'm proud of you.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. I think the only other person that would even try for that position would be the guy who voiced all the clones in the Clone Wars.
Dee Bradley Baker.
Dude's put some work in.
I mean, you're not wrong. He's been in a bunch of other shows too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's voiced different characters in Rick and Morty. I think he's done different stuff with Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So it's like he's been...
Really?
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, he's... I need to look him up. If you don't know, Dee Bradley Baker is a voice actor. He plays the clones in the Clone Wars and any other animated Star Wars show.
All 9 billion clones.
What else did he do? He played Klaus in American Dad, the fish. He's been a lot. He played Perry, Agent P, and Phineas and Ferb.
Really?
Yeah. Just that, the teeth noise and all that, you know. He's been in The Mandalorian. I think he played one of the, either a droid or...
No, he was in it. Boba Fett.
But they had the actual dude for Boba Fett, though.
It's Dee Bradley Baker.
No. That's Aquaman's dad. That's Dee Bradley Baker.
Oh.
No, the guy who... He just plays the voices. The guy who was Boba Fett is the same as Django from Episode 2.
Yeah.
And he's also Aquaman's dad in Aquaman.
Okay.
I don't know his name. But Dee Bradley Baker, he did a voice in The Mandalorian of like one of the aliens, I think. Is that he'll do them. And he's like, he's everybody. You just need like other voices. He's been in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he's been in SpongeBob.
Dude does it all, man.
I know. He's been in every show.
Did you know that Mark Hamill was in Avatar: The Last Airbender? He was Fire Lord Ozai.
Oh, he was... Oh, no.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, too, because he played the Joker in the Batman animated series.
Mm-hmm. Probably one of the best animated series that they've done.
Yeah. And there's a new one.
In some people's opinion.
There's a new one, which, if I can remember, there's a new Batman animated series going to be made on HBO Max only, and I think with Cartoon Network. No, that's not it. I think it's only on HBO Max, and J.J. Abrams is working on it with Matt Reeves, the new director of the next Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. It's him and J.J. Abrams working together on a Batman show.
Nice.
That's animated. And then there's like an animated Superman show that's coming to Cartoon Network and HBO Max. And the voice of Superman is Jack Quaid. He's the guy from The Boys. Like the normal guy.
Yeah.
Who was standing there with the hands of his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's him. He's playing the voice of Superman in an animated show.
Nice.
So, which that show's currently filming and almost done filming. The next season of The Boys.
Nice.
Great show. I love it. So, yeah. Which, speaking of Disney, though, there is a new attraction at Disney World in the Star Wars area. It is called the Star Cruiser. Sounds interesting. I haven't been to Disney World since I was 6 years old. So, a lot's changed since then. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser launches next year at Walt Disney World Resort. It is an all-immersive vacation experience that goes beyond anything Disney has ever created before. And they also announced that a realistic lightsaber that actually has the hilt of the lightsaber that you hold, the handle.
Yeah.
And she ignited it, and a light come out of it, and it only extends so far. That
sweet.
Disney have now somehow because we talked about Elon Musk getting us to Mars. Is that going to happen before we actually make a realistic lightsaber? I don't know if it can cut anything. There's a video. But it's this woman dressed up as Rey, and she like picked it up and she did it, and then this light came out of it and extended.
Sweet.
And then she turned it off and it went back in there, and apparently it's not solid. Like, it's light. Like, it's not like, it's not like a toy plastic one, or glass for those really expensive ones.
Yeah.
This one actually has it's like a flashlight, but doesn't shine all the way. Which is weird.
That's pretty cool.
It's somehow contained. But the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel and Experience. So this Galactic Cruiser will be a hotel experience, basically, is what it is.
Yeah.
It is currently in development. You will be first to see it in action, along with so much more, starting in 2022. It's a 2-night adventure, so you can only stay there for 2 nights. Watching the lightsaber activate right before your eyes. You can see it. There's a hallway. I'm showing Jaren pictures. There's a hallway there of what it looks like on the inside.
Looks like a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. And that's the actual ship.
Okay.
So if you want to look up Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser or Disney Galactic Star Cruiser.
It does not look like anything I've ever seen.
No, it's like a whole different type of model. The only connection they said they made to it is that this is from Corellia, and they said this is the manufacturer in the Star Wars lore. The manufacturer of this ship is the same people who made the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
So this is like a Star Cruiser version, basically. Like the same...
Like a big Millennium Falcon.
It's like Chevy owns them or whatever, and you got 2 separate things, but they're both made by the same company. That's what this is like. It's called the Halcyon, or Halcyon.
Okay.
That's the name of the ship. Be your home for the next 2 nights for a limited time. Disney Hollywood guests can now see a model of it inside the Walt Disney Presents, and that's the model that I showed you. That's supposed to be a big area you can sit at. The launch pod's airlock slides open, and that's where you walk in, and you comes to life around you, is what it said. There's people working in there. They're acting like they're in the world of Star Wars, of course. There's a mechanic, a captain, a superstar who can captivate the entire room. There's training you can do. Yes, from the same planet that the Millennium Falcon's from. Multi-course menu that Star Wars related.
Better be some blue milk there.
I mean, there might be. It's all in Star Wars Galaxy Edge, the Star Wars area, I guess. And yeah,
interesting.
That's about it, really. That's all I know. You can go to Star Wars Galactic StarCruiser.com for more details. So it seems interesting to me. I mean, it's
Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a picture of a room.
Oh, that's cool.
Like that, and then
it's it's got like the little pods, bunk
looking
beds.
area,
I like that.
and that's the
cool.
door, and it's like the door. That's what they need to do, is somehow get the door to go up in the ceiling, like all them.
I think they can
all
do
them. It's just because all you need is just a hydraulic door.
Yeah.
And just have it to where it could open normally, because you don't want to get stuck and you're just trapped in there,
The room reminds me of the planet Camino.
Yeah.
Like where the clones were from.
And like the windows don't look out into the Disney park. The windows look like you're in space.
Sweet.
So it's a whole experience is what it's supposed to be like.
That's cool.
Oh, prices have not been revealed.
Oh dear.
But widely rumored to be placed at around $1,400 per person.
Ugh.
For 2 nights. And the whole experience.
Oh my gosh.
Not to mention, it's in Disney, so you got to pay to get there first.
You got to get a bank loan to go to Disney World.
It's about 60-hour thing is what it is. So you get there like in the morning or whatever. And it'll be nice, Oh, it says this at some point during your adventure, the ship will go to battle. What if it's like in the middle of the night? And it's like the alarms go off, flashing red lights, and it's like, we're under attack! And you got to get up, and you're like, defend against the droid army or whatever,
Oh, God.
Or like the Empire shows up or somebody, That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
Cool, but weird.
Yeah, see General Grievous just in my room.
God, that would be terrifying. That he walks in, he's got those other guards with him with the sticks,
Yeah.
God. Which would be cool though, because they said it's Star Wars lore, it's like in a movie or a show, and they said you just have different bounty hunters might walk through, the Mandalorian might walk through, he's like he just boards the ship and just chilling, have the child floating behind him,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So it's like you're just there. It's basically being a background character in a movie or a show is what it's acting like.
Really?
That you're just there. Because it's like you're having the experience. You got these main characters that are here. I don't know what time period it takes in, so it's like I don't know if it's the prequels, the originals, or the sequels.
It's sounding like they're getting to a point where you could go to Disney World just for the Star Wars and not experience any of the rest of it.
Well, the Marvel stuff's coming soon.
Oh, I forgot about the
Marvel Campus. I think that's in L.A. It's Disneyland.
Disneyland.
I think, Disneyland is it. Well, they could just put all the Marvel and Star Wars stuff in one area. That's all they need. Avengers Campus is what it's called. In June 4th, 2021, this year. This June. At Disneyland, which is California. And that's what it looks like. It's going to look like the Avengers building that they had before Endgame happened.
The
one in upstate. That one. Spider-Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy are the main ones going to be there for you.
I think right now it's just they're going to have a lot of empty space that's going to be filled in later.
Yeah, as of right now. The cafeteria is called the Pym Test Kitchen. For Hank Pym, he's cooking some food for you.
Sweet.
And you got different stuff, superhero gear, you can buy all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Disneyland.
Cool.
So, speaking of Disney, let's talk about Disney for a minute.
Okay.
As in Marvel.
Oh.
Let's get into the Marvel segment. So, with everything that has happened, the last time you were on was actually the last time was not the last time. Last time you were on was when WandaVision ended.
I think it was right before the last episode of WandaVision, I believe.
And they've already had an award show, the MTV. Those award shows, the awards look like popcorn, you know?
Yeah.
That Wanda won Best Hero.
Really?
WandaVision, I think, won Best Show.
Yeah. And I heard they did a tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
I think they did.
Yeah.
And they had, like, Agatha won Best Villain. Mm-hmm. And Best Fight was the finale fight between Wanda and Agatha. So, which, in my opinion, the Vision fight was pretty cool. Between normal Vision and White Vision.
Yeah.
So, but...
Since then,
some other stuff, a little bit, one show has happened.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier has happened. The entirety of the show has happened since you've been on. Mm-hmm. And what did you think of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series?
I personally liked it more than WandaVision.
Okay.
So it seems like with Marvel fans, there's two types of people. There's the people that think Thor Ragnarok is the best movie, and there's people that think, Captain America Winter Soldier is the best movie. And they're so different movies. And I think those same people are the ones that like WandaVision or the ones that like Falcon and Winter Soldier better. It's that more action movie style as opposed to the more cosmic type things happening.
Yeah.
And I'm more of that spy action movie type stuff. I like that a little bit more than the other. Not saying WandaVision was bad. That's more my speed.
It's your preference.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna like the Black Widow movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my type of stuff.
Because they said that movie is made as if Black Widow was a Mission Impossible movie. Is what they said that was made like. Yeah. So.
And probably by far my favorite part is the fact that they didn't make Louisiana to be a complete idiotic place like they do in every other form of media.
The water boy.
Welcome to Louisiana. We wrestle alligators.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, I think it's the first time that they truly
Louisiana was legit.
Yeah, like they weren't a bunch of redneck hillbillies that can't speak English. They were people.
Yeah.
So thank you, Anthony Mackie,
for
representing us well.
Representing well.
And as far as the show goes, top notch.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I heard that originally they had like more of a pandemic storyline. Did you hear about that?
No.
Supposedly that they were going to go into more detail about the Flag Smashers delivering medicine and stuff, and like there was a huge pandemic going on because they filmed a lot of this before COVID even happened, and then they had to cut it out because
COVID happened.
COVID did happen.
And they didn't want that to be relatable. Yeah.
Yeah, and...
which it turned out good.
And it was still fantastic.
What they really did, you know.
And, at the beginning, I wasn't really that much on board with Falcon becoming Captain America. But as the show went on, I was like, yeah, he's a real person. He has no super soldier serum. He's not a special person. He's just...
He's doing this because he wants to.
Like what what's his name? The professor in the first Captain America movie said. Not because you're a good soldier, but because you're a good man.
Yeah.
And that's what Falcon is.
Yeah.
He's a good man. Sam Wilson, that's his name. And I like how they really dove into that because he's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just a guy who wants to do good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I understood when the German doctor from the first Captain America movie, when he said, you take this serum, when he was talking to skinny Steve Rogers before he took it, is that the serum makes what's good better and what makes bad worse.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to John Walker.
Yeah.
As U.S. agent.
Yeah.
Is that he's a good soldier. He was
great
won many awards, one of the top soldiers. I mean, he was handpicked to be Captain America.
But that's a true example of PTSD right there, I think. Because he's been molded by war and by things that's happened.
Yeah.
And
he's seen a bunch of people get killed. He's killed people. So it's like...
He's done what a soldier has had to do.
Yeah.
And that has hardened his mind to where he doesn't see the merit of not killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good show.
It's a great show. I mean,
The only thing is, I don't really like the new outfit that Falcon has.
You don't like the new outfit?
I don't like the headpiece. It looks strange.
Oh, he looks jacked with his shoulders. He's like,
I like everything from the shoulders down.
Yeah.
The headpiece just, it don't look right.
Yeah, like, look, it's great though.
It's like
I
the
love
exact
the look.
opposite of a hat because it covers everything but his head.
Yeah,
but
and I feel like that's what he would need in case he gets shot at.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, he's got the shield, sure, but you need a helmet or something. I mean, even Captain America, well, his helmet covered all the way down to his nose. You know. Yeah, I love the suit. Like, the wings go well with the Captain America part, and then he's got the shield, of course.
Yeah.
And like it.
And the way it like folds together when he was like going down and the shield was on top and the wings were around him.
Oh yeah,
that was so cool.
And that's when the helicopter bounced off of it on the bridge. That was awesome. But that's what it felt like to me, was just one long Captain America movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 6 episodes, and each episode
Captain
was an
America
hour.
wasn't even in it.
Yeah. Which I was like, I thought he was going to show up, like old Steve Rogers was going to show up at some point.
And they never explained where he was either.
I thought he was dead. I think he's dead.
I don't know.
I thought he died of old age.
They never said he was dead.
I thought that's what happened in the first episode whenever he was given the shield up at the press conference.
I mean,
it's insinuated that he's dead.
But they never said it. That was more of just like
Peggy's
a tribute.
dead.
Yeah.
Because it still follows her dying whenever Cap had to carry her casket.
You saw the funeral. You never saw Cap's funeral.
Yeah.
And they could do a tribute for somebody that's still alive. Like, say, like, for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They did it for Led Zeppelin. People from Led Zeppelin's still alive. And they still did a tribute to them. They don't have to be dead to do a tribute to them.
I don't know.
It never.
If he's alive,
if
he's alive, he'll show up in the next. And because they already confirmed that they're making Captain America 4 with the now Captain America, which is Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
And Bucky's going to be in it. They said he's not going to be called the Winter Soldier anymore. He's going to be called something else.
The White Wolf?
I guess so, because that's what he was called in Wakanda.
Yeah.
And I really liked it when they showed up. When the Wakandans showed up, I was like, oh, yeah. Because I was like, I know we're getting Falcon and Winter Soldier and then a few other characters introduced. And I was like, but I need something to, like, attach it back to the movies and stuff. Yeah. And Baron Zemo was amazing.
Yeah.
He did it for me. And then the Wakandans showing up did it. And then they took him and they put him on that freaking... it's not even an island. It's just a prison out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
They put him on that, which is where all them others were after Civil War. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and it connects very well. Like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But
the raft. That's what it's called.
Yeah. To me, I can't really pick one better because I enjoy both of them, and they're both so different.
Mm-hmm. It's like I said, it's like comparing the Captain America movie and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
They're so incredibly different that you can't even compare the two.
Yeah. You both enjoy both.
The one thing I will say that Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't do that WandaVision did do is, and I don't even know how they would do this, but the first, I think, 2 episodes, you had no idea what in the world was going on.
It was just a show.
It was a literal TV show in a TV show.
Yeah. And then they explained it. Then they showed the outside world, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, which we can talk about spoilers. I don't care. It's been weeks since it's been off.
Yeah.
I knew pretty early that Sharon, is her name Sharon?
Yeah, Sharon.
I knew Sharon was the power broker.
I didn't know that.
I knew she was going to be it. I was like, it's either her or they're going to introduce somebody new.
Yeah.
So many people on Instagram wanted it to be Kingpin from Daredevil to be the power broker, or somebody from the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
Because whenever they went to wherever, I don't remember where they went. When they went over to
the Asian place.
What country was it?
It was a made-up country.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not real.
Oh, well, where they went, there was a bar there in the background.
Yeah.
That is the bar that Wolverine used to go to. He would always go there. And they said that's how it's starting to connect X-Men to the Marvel Universe now. is that's where Wolverine always would go.
Yeah.
And I was ready for them to introduce other people. And it's like, because that's just me nowadays with these shows and movies. I'm like, all right, who's gonna be introduced in this week or whatever?
Yeah.
And
I think Loki's going to do a lot of that because Loki's going to jump all over the place.
It's Loki, and then it's going to be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's going to do it. Because Loki, so we can talk about it now, Loki's the next thing that comes out on June 8th.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday. Did you know this? Marvel is now taking Wednesdays and Star Wars is on Fridays.
I didn't know that.
Marvel shows are going to be on Wednesdays on June 9th. Loki is going to premiere on Wednesday and run every week on Wednesday from now on.
Is there Star Wars that's coinciding like the same weeks?
Bad Batch is apparently 16 episodes.
Oh, really?
So we're having Bad Batch until at least August.
Yeah.
And then after that...
Bad Batch is incredible, by the way.
It is. It is. You haven't watched today's episode.
I haven't watched the one for... Let's say the date. Friday, May 21st.
Yeah, you haven't watched it, but it is very good. It's because the first episode was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then all these are just like 30 minutes, like it's watching it back in the day on Cartoon Network.
I love how connected it is to the movies.
Yeah. I love how... I just love the Clone Wars style of it because it's just so good. And
it obviously works so well.
And Dee Bradley Baker's such a good voice of everybody. I wonder if he voices Omega.
I don't think so.
Omega. She's aggravating to me.
Yeah.
No offense, but I haven't. She hasn't connected with me yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
She hasn't proven herself.
My favorite is Hunter.
Yeah.
He's my favorite with that bandana because they said he's a clone.
He looks like Rambo.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's Rambo. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm not really sure exactly what merit Echo brings to the table. What is he doing?
He's just like the connection from the Clone Wars because he was with Fives and all them.
Yeah,
he's the original. He's OG.
But what does he bring to the group? Like, what is he doing?
Stick arm. He can turn all the things R2-D2 can turn. You know, he can do that. Which I mean,
don't forget he has the little things on his head.
He needs to wear a helmet at all times because
poor guy. He's
so pale, like he's a clone.
He looks like he. I don't know. Did you watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
You ever when Peter started smoking?
Oh yeah, he's all like shriveled up, white. Yeah. God, that is him. I mean, Wrecker, he's got one eye missing.
Yeah.
And marks all on his head, but better than old pale Echo over here. Echo needs to just get like some sunlight. They got enough suns in Star Wars.
Every planet they go to has at least 2 suns.
Yeah, they need to just go outside. But this episode was pretty good. I watched it while I was eating lunch, and it was pretty good.
I'll probably watch it tonight.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's every Friday, and I think it was like 13 or 16. It's in the teens, however many episodes it is. So it's going to run for a long time because it's like a full... Because I don't know if they're doing another season or they're just going with it, and then when it ends, it ends.
Yeah. Because
we don't know any more than what we're doing now with them. They're brand new because they were in the last season of the Clone Wars, and that's it. That's all we know.
And I just recently finished the Clone Wars.
It's good, ain't it?
Long
ago.
Last season. The last season is fantastic.
It's God tier. And they were good in it. They were introduced. I didn't know about them at first when they were introduced in the last season. I was like, they're a good group.
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? Well, this isn't spoilers, but in the first episode of the Bad Batch, that was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I just figured out who that youngling was at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was
I had to watch a video to explain that.
That was Kanan,
the dude from
Rebels.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
I kept thinking that was the kid from Jedi Fallen Order because his red hair.
Well, his voice was weird because he's a child.
Yeah.
But he was the same voice actor that did it in Rebels.
Oh.
As a grown man. And he was a grown man. It looked like a kid in a grown man voice.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I didn't know that was him at first.
You know who did the voice actor for that? It's the dude who played Freddy in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Yes.
Dang. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like that's coinciding with everything that's going on. But with they did the Wednesday thing, and that's why it makes sense, because you don't want, from here on out, especially at the end of this year, we will have Star Wars and Marvel running at the exact same time, and they don't want to do, like, imagine Falcon and Winter Soldier and Bad Batch on the same day.
Yeah.
So they're giving you time. They said Marvel is officially on Wednesdays and Star Wars is going to stay on Fridays, because at the end of the year, like a rundown real quick, we'll talk about it here more in a minute, but the Miss Marvel and Hawkeye show are still supposed to premiere this year. Really? After What If. The Book of Boba Fett premieres in December, which is being currently filmed, which is the live-action spinoff of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then The Mandalorian premieres in, like, March of next year.
Yeah.
So we'll have, like, Hawkeye and Book of Boba Fett at the same time on Disney+. So that's why we'll have, like, watch Hawkeye on Wednesdays and watch Boba Fett on Friday. So it'll be good. I mean, that's good that they did the 2 days thing. I thought about that because I was like, what if because there's so many shows that are coming to the point where we're having them at the same time, you know. So, but the next thing that'll premiere, like I said, is Loki, June 9th on a Wednesday. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, anywhere from 6 to 12. So it'll be good, and each episode probably an hour long. I got to tell you this. So Owen Wilson, if y'all didn't know, Owen Wilson's going to be in this show. Yeah. And they always do the same thing with new actors in the MCU. Like, Owen Wilson's never been in a Marvel movie or show before. And they did this thing, they interviewed him. It was like some kind of interview. And they always ask him, you know, are you a Marvel fan? Have you watched all the movies? Have you always wanted to be in a Marvel movie or whatever? Owen Wilson never was into the MCU, is what he said. He's like, I never really watched it. And then he said, and then they were like, well, how do you know it connects? And he said, what he did is that he had Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki. He had him explain the entire MCU to him. That's what he did. So Owen Wilson basically had Loki explain the entirety of the MCU to him. Sweet. Before they started filming the show. So I would watch that. Like, if they should have videoed that.
Oh, definitely.
Somehow Tom Hiddleston explaining the MCU to Owen Wilson.
And he's just sitting there like, wow. Wow.
And then Owen Wilson's probably like, well, where's my character show up? And it's like, you're a brand new character because you're not in any other show. So, but I'm excited for it. The Loki show. I mean, it's the next Marvel show we're getting. It's supposed to be weird in that same spectrum as WandaVision, kind of, because it's dealing with time now. Like, WandaVision was bending reality. And now we're bending time because Loki's going back in time. I think he's going forward in time at some points. Owen Wilson's there. Don't really know who the villain is yet. It might be Mephisto, who's like the devil or whatever, you know.
Only time will tell.
I guess so.
I was thinking it'd be Kang the Conqueror.
I think he's an Ant-Man. They started filming that.
Really?
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is the third Ant-Man movie.
And the timeless Paul Rudd.
And actually that movie's gonna be good. They're using the same technology they used on the Mandalorian to film the Ant-Man movie.
Really?
Yeah, that like big wide camera and the spinning thing. If you've ever seen it being filmed, it's like that way it looks like it's all one big set type thing, and it's weird, but it's cool though. So Black Widow movie, July 9th. Still waiting on it. So still waiting on it. What's after that? And it's on Disney Plus for $30 on July 9th as well.
I did want to ask, did you watch that the Go to the Movies trailer that they did, that Marvel put out? It's like Stan Lee talking at the beginning. That was a really good trailer. I think that's one of the best. That's where they announced, that's the original announcement for when they did the first bit of the Eternals. Like, there was a preview for the Eternals.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a preview. Then they had more Shang-Chi footage and more Black Widow footage. But after
I don't think I watched it, but I heard about it.
And after that, they showed the actual title.
Oh, the Phase 4 and all that. Yeah.
they showed the actual title of the Spider-Man, then Ant-Man, and then the last thing they showed was the Four. The Fantastic Four.
The Four.
Yeah.
And then that's when I told you he's got to have the Captain America shield come out of it. Captain America 4.
Chris Evans never dies.
Chris Evans returns. So, yeah. I mean, I'm going to watch them, of course. Yeah. But Black Widow, not watching it on Disney Plus. God, no. I'm not paying $30 to watch it once on Disney Plus.
If I'm paying $30, I'm getting some popcorn with that.
If I'm paying $30, I better be getting more than one Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Better be getting the Shang-Chi and Eternals deal up in there, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, Black Widow on July 9th. It'll be in theaters. You'll be back after that, so we'll have to talk about that. Yeah. We'll be talking about Loki and Black Widow. And what happens there.
Yeah.
What's happening after that.
Yeah.
Oh, then What If was officially announced August. Mm-hmm. That's all. We don't know a day yet. Yeah. One Wednesday in August.
Yeah.
So, you are very excited.
Like I said earlier, before we started the Toddcast.
Yeah.
I seem to be so much more excited about this than literally everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, the What If intrigues me so much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited for this more than most of the other the other Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not disappointed. I don't think I would be.
I mean, I don't think you will be because, I mean, how can they disappoint, honestly? Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just a what-if show saying, what if this happened instead of this? Yeah. And then they go, and then it just shows you the story from there.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like 8 or 10 episodes, I think.
I'm a huge fan of the guy who plays the Watcher. I don't know, is something Wright, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I love that guy. He's a great actor.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, that's it.
Wasn't he in Westworld?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually in the next Batman movie. He's Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
I like him.
He's very good in Westworld, too, because that show will be coming back at some point, too. Because we're getting to that point where we're getting so close, because COVID's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And we're getting close to a post-COVID world.
Yeah.
And especially speaking in entertainment senses, where all these shows and movies are premiering really close together.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of stuff coming out. So, like, in June,
because we had a whole year of nothing.
Yeah.
So everything's just condensed.
Everything that was finished had to be delayed. Yeah. And then they started working on movies again during COVID, but they don't want to put those other movies out yet because they want to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be re-releases of some movies that want to be re-released in theaters. So we got a lot. I mean, the year's not even halfway through yet. I mean, we're already in May, which feels like, wow, for one thing.
Yeah.
But we're already getting a bunch of stuff with just Netflix and Amazon Prime and all these, you know. And speaking of Amazon Prime, have you watched the show Invincible on Amazon Prime?
I don't have Amazon Prime.
You need to get Amazon Prime to watch The Boys and Invincible.
I can only have so many subscriptions.
Yeah.
I can't get this and Peacock and Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon Prime and Apple TV. Well, there's so many of them now.
Well, Peacock has The Office, and that's about the only good thing they have on there.
And
so
honestly, if it's just The Office, it's almost worth it.
Well, yeah. Well, you good with Netflix, HBO Max, and Disney Plus and Hulu? You have Hulu too, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't have Hulu. I have everything else. So, but yeah, if you get Amazon Prime, watch The Boys, of course, and Invincible, which is like an animated show. It's an animated show.
Yeah.
That's like The Boys, almost. But speaking of Marvel, Shang-Chi, that movie's gonna be good. Mm-hmm. September the 3rd. Eternals, November the 5th. Don't know about it, but it's gonna be good. And then Miss Marvel and Hawkeye are two series that are basically done filming, but they're supposed to premiere at the end of this year.
What is Miss Marvel? I don't know anything about Miss Marvel.
She was the main character in that Avengers game that sucked.
Oh, was she the one that can make her hands really big?
Yeah, she's the one who could stretch, but she makes her hands big, though.
Yeah.
That's what she does. That's her powers.
Okay.
She makes her hands big.
And then I'm assuming the Hawkeye is going to be the...
Kate Bishop.
The daughter of Hawkeye.
Well,
the original Hawkeye.
Yes.
Okay.
And Hawkeye goes deaf, too.
Really?
That's in the comics. That's not a spoiler. I think he's supposed to.
It can't be a spoiler. You haven't seen it yet.
Oh, yeah, it's not yeah. He's teaching her to be the next Hawkeye.
You just explained the whole plot without watching any of it.
And he goes deaf. Because it was like... And she gets a dog as like a sidekick, I think.
Oh my gosh, just tell me the whole thing.
I don't know anything else at all. I know he goes deaf, though, because that's in the comic books, is that... and he's supposed to be Hawkeye, but he just can't hear anything. Mm-hmm. And like he would have to wear like hearing aids, and if he doesn't have them in, he's completely deaf.
Yeah.
Which in one of them he went blind, which was different. But anyway, and then of course Spider-Man: No Way Home, Spider-Man the Third.
So excited.
December
Still don't know what's going to
17th.
happen in that movie.
Still don't. All we know.
You know so much about Hawkeye, but we don't know anything about what's going to happen.
All we know. All we know is anything can happen. Yeah. That's all we know, basically. Wanda, Scarlet Witch, whatever you want to call her, Elizabeth Olsen, that's a real name. She talked about the next movie. She has already filmed scenes for Doctor Strange 2, and she's in it.
Interesting.
Of her after WandaVision. Mm-hmm. Either somehow she's the villain, or Doctor Strange has to help her somehow, or something with that book at the very end.
Yeah.
Has got to do with it. So yeah. So I mean, there's a bunch of interesting stuff. I mean, you're probably ready for, of course, the next Thor movie.
Yes.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And then the She-Hulk series. Mm-hmm. They're still making like She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, and I Am Groot, and another show called Wakanda.
A show called Wakanda?
Yeah, there's just a series based off Wakanda.
Is it going to be like Chicago PD or something?
I don't think it's going to be called that, but I think it's supposed to be about. I think it's just called Wakanda right now. Like they just like it's going to be about something in Wakanda.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be like Shuri, maybe. A show about her, maybe. Okay. I don't know. And, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Forget the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I want to see the holiday special.
Forget What If. I want to watch the holiday special. And then, of course, the Ant-Man and Wasp movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That's going to end. And Fantastic Four is ending Phase 4. And as of right now, the only other movies that would start Phase 5 could be Blade. Oh, well, there's the next Captain Marvel movie. That's The Marvels in November. And then, yeah. Like, the only other movies that's confirmed that aren't in this phase is Blade and Deadpool 3.
I don't know how connected those two are going to be. I think they're just going to be their own little thing.
Blade's going to be PG-13, though.
Yeah.
And it should be rated R, but Kevin Feige himself said Deadpool 3 is about to be the only R-rated MCU movie. So, like, sure. Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds said he's going to make it. They're going to make fun of Disney so much. I'm so ready for that. I've been saying this forever, is that whenever Disney bought Fox, and they make another Deadpool movie, you've got to have the Disney animated intro going up to the castle, and Deadpool's got to be there. Yeah. Like he's riding that little train going out across there. You got to do something like that.
I was thinking he's swimming in that little river that goes in front
probably,
of the castle.
Or riding a unicorn or something. Or he could just spray
he's
paint
dressed
Deadpool.
up as Tinkerbell or something.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to do something stupid. Or he could just, like, I don't know, he could blow up the Disney castle. That's what he should just do.
Oh, yeah,
just blow it up.
I'm tired of seeing this in every movie.
I know. Like, he's got to do something. He will, and Disney would let them do that.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that Disney is making a Deadpool movie of where he just makes fun of Disney for 2 hours.
Yeah. What if they... Did you watch the second Wreck-It Ralph movie?
Yeah.
You know where they got all the Disney princesses?
Yeah.
What if they did something like that in the movie?
They should. That'd be so funny. Deadpool just climbs in a tower and it's Rapunzel's tower. Like, there's so much stuff he can do. I mean, he's Deadpool. Yeah. So with all that, there's a lot of stuff coming out soon.
Yeah.
And throughout the rest of this year.
So much to look forward to.
And it's like, we talk about it every time, but it's like, because not much stuff comes out.
Yeah.
within 10 weeks of each other, you know.
Yeah.
But we got Loki in June and Black Widow in July.
Yeah.
So we got those. The Bad Batch is still ongoing right now for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Don't know when that's going to end. It's just going to end when it wants to, I guess. And like you said with the What If, that's the only show that logically makes sense that you can make another season.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to connect them.
Yeah.
It's just
like at the end of WandaVision, the illusion's down. It's not there anymore. They could do more with Wanda, but it's not going to be WandaVision.
Yeah.
And with Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the end of it, he's not Falcon anymore.
It's Captain America.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. And then U.S. Agent, he's still there.
Yeah.
And it's like, he'll do something.
But it's not going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier
It'll
anymore.
be Captain America and the White Wolf.
Yeah.
Is what it might be called. Which, that's a good show right there. Captain America and the White Wolf. But it'll be interesting. I mean, because he said most of them won't have season 2s.
Yeah.
Or a second season.
But like, What If would be the only one that could do that.
That makes sense because it doesn't connect. I mean, it connects, but it's like it doesn't have repercussions, you know? Like, it doesn't have to follow a story because each episode's different. It's the Phineas and
Ferb of Marvel.
Yeah. It's somewhat like the Rick and Morty of Marvel, too.
Yeah, true.
Like, because even though some of those do connect and they have the same characters.
So what? What does that
it doesn't matter.
Anything.
I mean, he can rewrite time in one episode and then go back in time in the next one and then rewrite and go back to the original on the next one.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't matter. That's just whatever they want to do. So, yeah. Marvel, you got a lot of stuff. Looking forward to everything. Marvel, Star Wars, everything. I mean,
yeah.
What more can you want at this point in time, you know? So,
yeah.
Well, is there anything you'd like to add at the end of this episode?
Don't forget the title of the episode, Tony's and Consent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about it.
Don't forget about consent.
Don't forget about Tony's.
Yes, true. I don't know, consent's pretty necessary.
I mean, have you ever tried Tony's?
Yeah, consent's cool, but have you tried Tony's?
Okay. So, with that being said, I think that's going to do it for this episode. So, thank you for joining me again today, Jaron.
As always, it's a pleasure.
I'll have to talk about everything else next time. And we'll have to remember the Tony's and Consent in 10 weeks. Yeah. So
maybe it'll be, what is it? Would you say Frank's Red Hot and Consent next time?
We need to change it to something else besides consent.
We're not changing consent. No, come on.
It's like, we're changing our seasonings. We're getting a hot sauce instead. We're keeping consent. So, anyway, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll have to join me again in the future. Yeah. So, thank you.
See you guys.
As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast only on Instagram at @_Toddcast_ for all your Toddcast social media needs. Make sure you tell your friends and your family or anybody really to give it a listen. And thank all of you for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, well, I guess you're just going to have to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.